So today we're going to be building a bobsled track. These are the materials I'm going to need. First I'll need paper plates, about 5 large paper plates, a paper towel roll, some tape, and some scissors. Later on you'll need something to roll on your track, so maybe a marble or a toy car will be fine. I'm going to put these off to the side for now. And the first thing I want to do is, with my first paper plate, I'm going to use this as the base of my track. Take your paper towel roll and you're going to trace a circle at the bottom in the center of the circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to have the circle be in the center of the plate. I'll make this a little bit more round. Now this part, if you have an adult or an older student to help, we need to cut the circle out without cutting the outside edges. So I'm going to first poke a hole into the middle to get me started, and then I'm going to carefully cut this circle out. So again, you may need some older assistance to help you. Try to cut as close to the circle as you can. You don't want to overcut, because we're going to actually insert the paper towel roll in the middle. So I'm going to see if this paper towel roll fits, and it does. It's pretty snug. So that's our first step, is to make the circle. Again, you don't want to cut too far over the circle. I'm going to put this plate aside. That's going to be my bottom. Next, I'm going to take my other plates, and I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to trace another circle in the center. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to be as close to the center as possible. And the one thing I'm going to do that's different here is I'm going to draw a line from the center of the circle down. We call that the radius. You don't necessarily need a ruler, but just make a straight line. Now with this line that we've added on, we're also going to cut this line here, which will be a slit for our plate, as well as cut the inside of the circle. So now you have a paper plate with a little opening. I'm going to repeat this process with all the other plates. Next, I'm going to take my paper towel roll and I'm going to measure off where I want to put my plates. So with the paper towel roll, first I'm going to find the center. So you can use a ruler or you can use your eyes to gauge. I think this is the center. I'm going to put a mark here in the center. And now I have 2 halves. I'm going to take those 2 halves and cut those in half. So now I'm going to have fourths. So now I have 4 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can stop here, or I could keep cutting. It depends on how long your paper towel roll is. I think I'm going to cut one more time. So I'm going to cut those fourths again. Now see how many pieces I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have eighths on my paper towel roll. Now I'm going to put a paper plate under each line. How I'm going to do that? Well, I'm going to take one of my plates and some tape, insert the tube, and do your best to measure the plate or line the plate up close to where that line is. I'm going to tape my plate to the tube. I'm going to use my tape and kind of make like a little L. So if I put some on the plate and some on the tube, it's almost like a little L shape. You can see here if I draw a line. So we've made like this little tab or an L shape. I'm going to repeat it again to try to keep some on, but I'm only doing it to one side of the paper plate. I'm going to add another plate underneath it. And this is where you may need some help because a lot of it is requiring some balance. I'm going to take one part of my plate, the part that wasn't taped down, and connect it with the other side, the opposite side of this plate. So they're going to be diagonal of each other. So this may take some work, but you're going to tape the two parts together like this. Tape the two parts together. So now it's almost like we're making this kind of snake that's looping around. One half of the circle is up here on the paper plate. The other half is connected to the second plate. And we're going to keep making these spirals going down the tube. I'm going to tape this down just a little bit more to make sure it stays put. So I've used 3 pieces of tape on that second plate. All right, I'm finally going to put my base at the bottom, and if I like, I can take that last part here and tape at the bottom, or just leave it at the bottom loose like it is. You can kind of see how it looks there. If I want, I could probably tape this down or just leave it alone. But this is essentially your bobsled track. Now it looks a little large, so watch this video and see how you can put your marble onto your paper plate and test it out.